extremely excited that it's only on Fridays because, guys, it's the weekend. Finally, time to rest. How are you guys doing? Good evening. Welcome to Gusto News on Gusto TV Africa. And as you can see, I'm not alone today. Where is here? He said I begged you.
She begged me to come on set today.
You guys, see, the reason I had to drag him here is because the gist for this evening, I mean, if I stay here alone, you people roast me, but both of us say, let's stay together so that when you drop your opinion, we'll share it. All right, guys, welcome yet again to another exciting episode of Gusto News on Gusto TV Africa. Thank you so much for all that you do for us on Gusto TV Africa. We appreciate your likes, your comments, your shares. God bless you. Thank you so much. Without further ado, let's just get right into the news for the day. You guys, this evening, first on the list, on the headlines, we have Davido. Davido. See, you guys know that Davido is currently having fun in Paris because, you know, Paris Fashion Week, the face of Amiri, meeting with international acts, and then it's just, you know, cooling off. And I think he deserves it at this point because since the beginning of the year, it's been full album mode, you know, no play, aside from the vacation. Since he got back from that vacation like this, it's been work, and work. And now Davido's Funds featuring Odumodu Black and Chike returns to #1 on Spotify Nigeria chart. I think this is like a result of hard work.
Well, it's a result of hard work, undoubtedly, and it just goes to show that this is one record, like I said many times, No.1 is one of the most brilliant records to come out of 2024.
Yeah, very
right.
true.
So, and you know, when he went #1, you know, got off the #1 spot to #2 and to #3. The introduction of Bundle by Bundle by, you know, by Odogo himself, Burna Boy. You know, so the charts was a little bit lopsided. There was fluctuations here and there. Surprisingly, we saw a weird entrance, but notable entrance to the #1 spot. Fido's Joy is coming.
Exactly.
So with all that happening around all of these records, Fido's Joy is coming, Burna Boy's Bundle by Bundle, Wizkid's Kese Dance, and of course Davido's Funds featuring Chike and Odumodu Black. It is noteworthy to say it deserves its place in the #1 spot.
Yeah, definitely.
But I mean, big ups to Fido for holding that #1 spot.
He held it down
for a
long time.
So
he did it.
Just to answer your question, it's a result of hard work. It's a result of relatability. You know, there's something you always say: when the music is relatable,
becomes acceptable.
And people feel chop out for the TV.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
We're dropping a single soon. You guys watch out for this.
So yeah, just to answer the question, it's a result of hard work, and of course, goes to show that Davido is really loved.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
We cannot wait for the 5 album.
Definitely, we can. I'm talking about the 5 album. You saw the leak, Abby? Till now, we don't. Is it? Hey.
So about this leak thing, I remember when he dropped, you know, the album that preceded this one. There were conversations around, this album had been leaked. It was actually leaked, right? And it was something that really hurt me because I'm like, all the hard work and everything, and for your album to be leaked, you know, just goes to show that Davido does not really check with the people around him, right? So, and well, it is what it is. Whether it's leaked or not leaked, the truth of the matter is the album is going to bang. And if what we saw, if we're going by that, it looks like a decent project.
Anyways, guys, that's it for Davido, and you know, big ups to him, the hard work, and you know, big ups to him. Moving on, guys, we have Central C and Wizkid. I'm sure you guys are wondering, why is Wizkid beside Central C? Anyways, Central C's, you know, latest album has just taken 1 spot from Wizkid, guys. After Mariah has been on that #1 spot for 9 weeks now, and now Central C just came and together talking about international, you know, collaborations and influence. I mean, do you think that this album got to #1 spot through only, you know, the Western people, or Nigerians also took part, considering the fact that it was featured on Asake's project as well?
Well, I want to say that Central C is a global icon. Let's not take that away from him.
Yeah.
Right? Even before even before getting in bed with the whole Afrobeat superstars and actually, doing collaborative works with them, he was a standalone guy. Everybody knew who Central C was.
Yeah, definitely.
Still is an amazing superstar. So I'm trying to be really careful around, subjects like this because it takes away the hard work of the artist. And then this whole conversation about helping and helping. Yeah, collaborative efforts, collaborations, they bring in things like this, and you get to see, these kind of things affect the numbers, and the growth of the projects could, be acclaimed to, let's say you don't feature somebody before, person don't jump on a project before. Case in point would be Lungu Boy by Asake. Of course, it was evident. He came to Nigeria, loved the vibe, they shot the video together. It was really, really a brilliant project. And of course, a lot of people anticipating that they were going to work together even more. He was supposed to be in Nigeria in December, but couldn't make it to the fest. So a lot of all that conversation definitely we actually spring up, and there will be indications that, okay, maybe a lot more Afrobeat listeners are paying attention to Central C. Also owing to the fact that Central C's sound is not really what we are very conversant with here, because it's trap-like. It's rap, it's hardcore rap. But if you look at it, all these, like I said, quote unquote, lying in bed with our Afrobeat superstars, if dog and goats they work out together, either one of them goes resemble each other.
Exactly.
So all of that will come into play. So maybe people are paying attention now, or it just goes to show that Central C too has a very huge cult. He does have a huge cult following, and the lineup on that album too, brilliant as well too. So that could also aid the album from going to #1. But knocking Wizkid off the perch to the #1 spot, that is huge.
Exactly, like that's really, really huge. Considering the fact that in the morning when we're reporting, I said that Wizkid has kind of been relaxed. A fan made mention that he dropped an album and then no tour, no major concert. He just drops the album and then just start enjoying the life of his head. So I felt like this relaxation has also affected. Because if Wizkid was also on his toes, I doubt, I'm not sure that Central C would have been able to just knock him off easily like that.
Well, you have a point there, Sugar. I mean, if you look at it, you're very correct. No major tours, no major concerts. Just dropped the Mariah album on us and just went on with banting and all of that stuff. And, Dirty December, Lagos vibe and everything.
And still in Lagos.
Still in Lagos was a big rock yesterday.
Nice.
So, all of that too could also play an important role in the album not really living up to its expectation, because I probably would have expected him to milk that album a little more. You have a huge fan base who were ready to die and rock with you. They will put in the energy as much. So not undermining the work that he has done on the album, but are we supposed to have seen way more than he has done? I want to believe so. And Central C knocking him off the perch is quite debatable, if you want to put it.
As in,
you know why I said that? I said that because maybe it's a recency bias. Central C just dropped. Remember when Udogu dropped Bondo by Bondo, #1. Everybody wanted to hear what he sounded like. Getting the groove and getting, and in 2-3 days, it was off. So let's give Central C maybe like 1 week.
1 week, yeah. That's very true. 1 week. Let's see what's going to happen within 1 week. Let's see. All right, guys, moving on. Just hope that the Mariah album, probably comes back, or Central C stays there. We'll see how that turns out. All right, moving on, guys. We have Asake, the Longo boy himself. A few days ago, we were still saying that Central C did not feature Asake on his album, and now, guys, Asake has just been nominated as one of the International Artist of the Year nominees 2025, and he's the only African artist on that list. So I feel if this is a consolation, then for not being featured on Central C's album, this is like, this is it. I'm not saying that, they said, oh, because I'm just saying, you get that, it wasn't featured. There was this buzz about not being featured on the Central C's album, and now it's been nominated as one of the best international artists of the year 2025. And it's the only African artist on that. Now, this brings me to the question, we're talking about, will Asake be able to do this music thing on his own when he finally detaches himself from YBNL completely? And it seems to be answering our questions already. Or what do you think?
Well, firstly, yeah, just to mention, the Brit International Artist of the Year nomination is quite huge. The Brit Award is very, very huge, right? And like I will always say every time we have conversations, I will always say that I don't even see Asake like an Afrobeat artist anymore. He's really cross-border influence is much right now. It's very evident. You can see it. You can almost literally touch it, right? And for me, I think where it actually blows my mind even way more is the fact that he's the only African artist to be nominated.
On the list, yeah.
It shows that he's really, really established himself as one, if not one of the serious pioneers of the Afrobeat movement. I mean, let's look at it, right? If you check the list, you see Andra Lenka, Asake is right there. You see Benson Boone, you see Beyonce, Billie Eilish, Chaperone, Kendrick Lamar. You have Sabrina Carpenter, and you have the one and only good Taylor Swift. So for me, right, if I'm in this kind of category, Fala Emmanuel even win, I'm said. You see
exactly the recognition
today, like, in this Brit Award list, it's enough. But I mean, let's see how it goes. Let's see how it pans out and see if he goes on to win it. But he's really done amazing for himself. And to also answer the second part of your question, if he's going to be successful on his own, I wanna actually just really like pause a little bit on that. Why? Because we haven't really seen him do anything outside the YBNL, or the Empire Camp. We can make a case for somebody like Joeboy, who has detached himself very completely from the Empire movement. Right? He's been able to, do so well. He's fairly done fairly well. Also walking the red carpet, Paris and everything. He's had a brilliant run, still having a brilliant run. So I may not be able to directly answer that until probably we see him drop those two songs that he teased, or maybe it's an album, or maybe it's just an EP, to announce him officially out of the YBNL camp. So fingers crossed on that one.
Fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Anyways, congratulations to Asake for making it to this. I mean, this is a category that you would expect the likes of Wizkid, Burna Boy, the big three that everyone is always talking about. But for Asake to be the only African, not even just Nigerian, African, it's huge. I mean, it's really, really huge.
It is.
It's really huge. Congratulations to Asake on this. And guys, let us know, what you think. If you think Asake is going to at least get the award, let us know what you think about this. Moving on, guys. This one is huge. This one is big. You guys remember that just last week, Olamide teased, a new single coming in, and people were like, "Oh, this is nice bars. Oh yeah, when are you dropping it on us?" And definitely produced by Nifkeys. Guys, just today, see what we saw. So now VRT said, sent Nifkeys My Bros song in November just to find out if we made the same beat for Odumodu. Why is the music industry so cruel? Remember that, I think last one, Tiwa Savage, posted a video of her swimming with sharks. And she was like, oh, everybody's scared about me swimming with sharks, but the real sharks are in the industry. And now this, have you heard that sound?
Yeah, I've heard it.
Have you compared it?
I've heard it. I compared it, right? And I'm like, okay, yeah. There are obvious similarities, but I know. See, honestly, because I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
I've walked the path of being an artist, and of course know how rollout plans can be and what clout can actually be. There are relatable clout, there are dangerous clout. There are this clout is 50-50. Either it chokes you hard or it works. So I don't know. I honestly would think that Odumodu is too smart, and Nifki is an amazing producer, award-winning producer. I don't think he'll want to bend that way. I want to think that if something like that will happen, they would obviously clear it with the guy who probably is the original, initiator or owner of the sound. Yeah. I know how a lot of producers work. Sometimes a lot of artists will say, "Oh, that producer do something for me, I don't really feel but now the sample beats be this, see what you can create around this." And most times, most of these producers don't even go completely off the grid when they're trying to like recreate. So they will like take like samples off that beat and maybe just add a few percussions, drums and all that, just tweak it a little bit. But if the original person will produce the song here, you'll be able to tell that this is my work. And I probably lay claims to say, "Oh, intellectual property theft and all of that stuff." So it's a little bit too dicey. I don't really want us to really touch too much on it, because now nobody who first go police station, go report case, now they win now. So let's see how that unfolds.
Exactly. All right, guys. So, for issues like this, trust fans to always drop reactions, and reactions are always very hilarious. So let's just go through some reactions together. Okay, now, so Nifkis himself had said something. He said, "If not that you are, you will see I didn't even open your message when you sent the song. It's still showing sent." Then, in all honesty, there's something that I used to say. When you're accused of something and your first, response is defense and being aggressive, I feel like you're sort of guilty in some way. You might not be completely guilty, but if they look and when, you get waiting, you don't want make people really know. You go want defend yourself first, say no, so people can just switch off from you and be like, "Oh no, he didn't do it" and stuff. But do you think that this is like the best way to give response to this?
Well, I think I want to go with what Ubi Franklin has said. That is going to be his mantra for the year. Like, if anybody calls him out, he's going to respond.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think 2025 is a year where you need to protect your art and protect your artistry, protect your craft, protect your name, right? So most times when things like this happen and conversations just pop up and the person involved is not coming to clear it, it might want to suggest that you're complicit. So it's 50-50. Some people will just let it go and not even bother because someone will talk before you know it go finish. But Nifkis has chosen the path of you give me boss, I give you bass. So either way he chooses to respond and whatever, I hope that it is not what we think it is.
It is, exactly.
And if it's completely innocent, then I support this one. Absolutely.
All right, so Cool Flame is saying that beat I incidental. You could just I asked earlier if you are listening to the sound. Ordinarily, anyone who would listen to it at first would want to say the same thing, unless he comes out to properly say that this is what happened, or this was how it went. Because in all honesty, anyone went to that. How is it? How did you do? Okay, you didn't open the message. So now, this name is Jack Fleet is saying so. Both sounding exactly the same is coincidence. Now, for you now, this person is trying to be sarcastic, like, so you're saying that you created this from scratch without even knowing what this person sent to you. Then Rui Maria is saying person we don't. He said turn off receipt. Okay, how did you make the exact match? Anyways, guys, your reactions are always very hilarious sometimes, and the fact that some of you just call me that much, you're just so sure of what you're saying. Like, no, this is how it is. This is exactly like this is how it is. It cannot be like this. Anyways, you just hope that because in the long run, this will also not tell. It won't tell like so good on Odumodu's projects, like the one coming. like you said, except this is, a rollout strategy
Let me
as
even
well.
not bust your head. It will even make it more popular.
Yeah, that's what I know. Yeah, I know it to make it more popular. I'm just saying that so it doesn't dent that. Don't create that dent.
How many things for Nigeria don't dent where we should chop? See, let me tell you one thing. I'm just gonna say this for the record, right? Most times we thrive off negativity. If you look at it, a lot of people. That's why I said
that's true.
A lot of clouds could be. It could go south. It could work. And most times, what we've discovered here in Nigeria, in this part of the world that we exist in and live and thrive in, is these things actually really work.
Well, yeah.
Case in point, I remember the whole time when we're, dragging this subject of sex tape, this one with Tima Savage and all that. It seemed like that was gonna be the end for her.
Yeah.
Mama enter studio, use and sing. Sex tape.
Exactly. Yeah.
See, let me, if you like, go and say he stole all the beats to make the album for the Mood Black. Boys for street go still chop out.
Yeah, that's
people
right,
out of curiosity will go and listen to even say, okay, let's even match and see which one.
And that way, the numbers are increasing.
It's a win-win.
See, this rollout strategy thing, no.
It's another conversation.
As in,
don't worry.
it really is, though.
Yeah, and we're gonna bring a lot of artists to the studio and have that. So
we definitely need to, because they need to come and explain to house.
It works.
It is what it is, guys. Moving on and wrapping up the news, guys. It's been such an amazing evening with you guys. I really don't even feel like ending the conversation again. Anyways, Olamide dropped a song earlier this year, You Don't Broke. And it was still
early this year, last week.
Last week.
Yeah.
It was last week, yeah. And, we're still like, oh, okay, we're seeing the old, Bado back again, the rap game and all of that. And now we set to drop another song now with Paul Play Dairo.
Whoa.
Later today. We're eating it today.
Whoa.
Today. Love in Tokyo. Have you heard, have you watched the sniper of the sound?
So I go on Instagram, I got a notification on my inbox, and I'm like, oh, let me just go and check out what's going on. Right, let me just go and check. And then the first thing I see on my feed is Olamide posting, and I even thought it would be maybe like an ad or something, and I punched it. I'm like, oh my goodness, Love in Tokyo, and featuring an OG. If you are a Gen Z, you probably might not really, really, really understand the importance of Paul Play Dairo to the movement. He's one of the guys who have actually championed the cause for what could be termed to be Afro R&B or whatever, or soul. This guy is soulful. This guy is, I don't know if you ever heard something. My, oh my, oh my, oh my. Baby, let me take you to the top. You are too Gen Z. You don't know it. You don't know it. So let me tell you something. The reason why I'm very excited about this project, right? Remember, it goes off the back of Idon Buruku.
Yeah.
When he was really asserting himself and letting people know, listen, I'll be Bado, regardless of anything. Don't forget who I am. Exactly. I've been there, done that. Fuck all that conversation about top 3 and all that stuff. I'm in my own lane doing my stuff. Like I also said, a couple days ago on the news, he's really been able to groom superstars. So you have to give him that credit.
Yeah.
Now, going to choose an OG. Paul Play Dairo hasn't released music for a long time. Matter of fact, a lot of people have actually forgotten his face and who he really is. So for the younger people who now can touch base with him, they need to go and do a lot of googling and digging and research to know exactly who this OG is. But to bring back an OG into a record where he's more like, I want to think that this may be Olamide's last album to sign off, right? So he's like, you know what? I'm going to leave, but I'm going to leave you guys with a memory that's going to stick for life.
Yeah.
Right. And the snippet is absolutely fire.
It's fantastic.
I didn't even hear Olamide's part on the record yet. Yeah. I just heard Paul Play. And it seemed like Paul Play was also giving us some subtle punches. Be like, you will know that they sat down in the studio to cook this. I could see
the pen game is.
I could see a little bit. Yeah, I could see a little bit of the Olamide touch to it. So
I also saw that in the comment section where some people were like, "Oh, this song, you don't even need to be told that he wrote Olamide wrote this. This is not some kind of freestyle or something." like proper work went into this.
Then sit down, write song. Yes.
And we really can't wait to listen to it because that sniper is already.
It just sticks because the reason why I actually really love how Olamide goes about his artistry is he tries to make you remember all his songs.
Yeah.
So it's like if you're a hardcore Olamide fan and you're not even hardcore, let's say a passive listener, you listen to Olamide's record. Even if you cannot sing word for word everything, there's a section in the song or a parts in the song that you cannot. You will just find yourself the singer. It sticks, and how he just creates is just is subliminal. It's crazy.
It really
is.
And the thing that this sniper, Popular Diaries part, when I listen to it, it is this like the whole lyrics like it's taking you back. It's not giving the recent, Gen Z, Afrobeat or anything. Nope. It's giving way back. Nope. It's giving those songs that, parents used to listen to them. They are proper. Guys, really can't wait for this to drop.
The reason for his introduction into this project definitely is for nostalgia. You just have to go back. Exactly. You just have to go back in time, and then with the whole costume, the cowboy type feel, and then the Tokyo. If you see a snippet of the video, you see that it was really like it was themed around the Tokyo style, Chinese vibes and all of that stuff. So proper work was done on this record.
It really was. And you could tell. You could just tell when something like was properly done. Due diligence, like.
We
really can't wait to listen to this. Me for one, I cannot wait. Like, the sniper is amazing. All right, guys, that's all for today, this evening on Gusto News on Gusto TV Africa. Thank you so much for sticking with us till this very moment. If you enjoyed this, which of course I know that you must have enjoyed it, drop your opinion in the comment section. Let us know what you think, about all of this, and let us know if you think that Wizkid's relaxation and not paying so much attention to the album as mid-century knocked him off, or like Paul said, it's just the recency bias and probably let's give him a week. Mariah will be back. Let me know. Let's know what you think about that.
Mariah shall be back.
Let us know what you think about that, guys. That's all for this evening. Thank you so much for all that you do for Gusto TV Africa. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you so much. And guys, don't forget, it's the weekend. I'm so excited. And I hope that you had to.
Send me all your birthday wishes tomorrow. Tomorrow's my birthday. I'm not gonna promise now because they're still dragging me for December that I did not gift them Christmas gifts. Anyways, I have something interesting for you guys on Monday.
Okay, so
I'll be in my house.
Okay. Should we use my private jet? They just dropped it off. Should I tell them to bring it to you?
I want to go to Mauritius with Wizkid.
Okay, they'll send my private jet to you. Don't worry. I'm that kind. I'm related to the Adelekes, but don't lie.
We'll see.
I'm not proud. All right, guys. Thank you so much, and until next time, guys. I'll see you again. Bye. Bye.